Mark, the Business Growth Program has a lot in it about the individual owner-manager. Can you tell us about that, please?
Yes, I mean, what we've found is that we tend to find that most SME owner-managers don't get the business to work for them. They tend to think of it in the other way around, that they work for the business. And so we need to unpick that one and reposition that within the owner-manager's thinking.
So are there some risks around the owner-manager not thinking in that way?
Yes, because what we're trying to do is we feel that there's a number of components that should be driving the business strategy. For instance, their wealth strategy, their health strategy, their family strategy. We refer to this as the me. And that's the what aspect should be driving the business strategy rather than the other way around. The business strategy drives what they're doing about the wealth, which they tend to ignore. The me and the health bit, which again goes by the wayside, and the family, which can get damaged through the pursuit of a strategy.
Do you find then that you indicated that the strategy of a business might change and that the owner-manager's view might change over time because of his or her own issues around wealth or family or health?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for instance, what we tend to find also is that as people get older, they spend less time concerned with their own health and their own fitness. And if, again, all their money and all their wealth is tied up in their business, this is, in fact, an illogical activity. They should be concentrating more on their health to make sure that they're at the end, that they've got a dynamic business that they can actually sell, and also a profitable business that is actually generating resources and assets to invest in other areas.
So give us an example of how that sort of strategy, the strategy of the business, would change because of the owner-manager's individual needs over time.
Well, for instance, one gentleman that we've got currently on the programme, what he was doing is we're suffering from a little bit of busy fool. He was working every hour God sends and wasn't standing back. So he was in the mode of working for the business rather than getting the business to work for them. And so if we've given an example, he then looked about, well, I need to start generating significant profits. I need to be considering about my wealth strategy. I wasn't spending time with my family, and his health was beginning to suffer. So he looked at all that and started to reposition himself and the business accordingly. So he went around and then suddenly he decided that he wasn't going to work for non-profitable contracts. That seems obvious when you speak about it, but he was doing things for a break-even point of view rather than saying, I need to make money all the time. So what he did do is significantly increase profit and prices, so that all the jobs that he was doing, he was making profit from. This enabled him to spend more time with his family. It made him more time to be able to consider his health, and therefore he was starting to think about where he needed to invest the surplus profit, both back into the business and in his own wealth strategies.